Welcome to I'm from the internet, a podcast about nothing from no one. Who cares? I am a punished comedian Winslow Domain, sitting here with internet historian Brandstetter. Jay, how have you been, man?
Oh, we got raccoons. It's great. I've been seeing raccoons now. So there's I guess it's getting cold. They might be sort of finding warmer places to nestle. So now sometimes I leave the house, I just see one steady out there that like skitters off under the wheelchair ramp. You see its little haunches squirming under. It's very cute.
Oh yeah, raccoons are cute as hell, man. They used to be my I'm not 5, so I don't have a favorite animal, but I used to love raccoons, and like I used to share raccoon memes and stuff like that. This is like a decade ago. And so now everybody from my hometown, like all of my old friends, will find these like ancient memes of like trash pandas, and they'll tag me in them. And I'm like, I have not given a fuck about any of this for a decade now. I still think they're cute, but like, come on, man. Like you're tagging me in like Gangnam Style bullshit, you know?
Yeah, I've already internalized all the things to appreciate about this animal. I'm good.
Yeah. They got little grabby hands. All that's great. Big fan, but like, fuck, man. I can't do this all the time. But well, that's good. You got critters. I don't. Things are, as always, a nightmare over here. And again, it's to a degree that there's a certain amount of disgorging of myself that I do on the front end of this pod, but I'm not there yet to completely eviscerate myself at the start of this episode. But I will say that I have ordered, I believe, almost all of the extra stuff that's going to go into the Kickstarter games that are going to be going out, which meant that I bought 2,000 prints, 7,000 stickers, sleeves for the prints, and then these other parts of a secret project that are going to be going out with it. Oh my God, it's been so expensive. Like, it's been so fucking expensive to get all of this done. But you gotta do what you gotta do. I'm throwing up double shakas right now because that's the best that I can do. But yeah, doing my time, man. World is a vampire. I want to die all the time. But you're here to tell me about a white woman who is problematic.
Yeah, if you're feeling depressed, the great clown Jennifer Murphy is in town. Maybe if you visit her, you'll feel better.
Oh, God.
Because that's who we're talking about today. Yes, IFIFGI. Jennifer Murphy wants to be a ninja. This is one of my favorite, relatively recent internet figures who turns out to have been around way longer than I might have thought.
I was familiar with her before you had mentioned her. I didn't know her by name because I watch the video from Catatonic Youths. I'm sure. Are you familiar with that YouTube channel?
No, I don't recognize the name.
It's just like these little 5-minute compilations of like 5 to 10 seconds of the worst song you've ever heard.
Oh,
like
okay. I've just seen people talk about those where it's like new. It's like the new stuff on TikTok or whatever.
Yeah, it's like some small town fuck who's like wants to put together like a 2005 emo band, but he's just like, you know, some thumb looking motherfucker that works at a GameStop. And so it's like him wearing his dad's duster, walking around in the forest, going like, "You're such a bitch," and like with like the minor key gangsta rap piano behind it, and it's just it's so fucking bad, and it's like this capsule of so many. I mean, God, like I know it's just like a silly video for the internet, but it is this cross section of humanity that I think is terribly fucking interesting. If you're listening, go watch. Go to the Catatonic Youths on YouTube. Pick any video. Pick the one with the lady squirting ketchup on herself. And you know what? Let's finish this video with just a clip of you watching some of that because it's worth it. But what you'll see, sorry to go on, but is there's like tough guys trying to do country rap rock still. There's women trying to do like white girl rap rock in a non-juggalo way. And then there's like hippy dippy people trying to do like psych goth rock in the forest, and they're all fucking terrible. And it's just, I mean, like, I like it when people try to do things, but boy fucking howdy, it's hard to make music, to make movies, because the people who do it well are like carved into the sides of mountains. They are huge. The distance between the best B movie you've ever seen and a mediocre like blockbuster is vast. And the same thing with music. And so it's just really funny to see people that are like barely out of D tier, scraping by.
Yeah.
That's how I know Jennifer Murphy.
It is kind of weirdly validating, like, as a generation. Like millennials, we may have not gotten as far as the other generations, but at least there are enough of us that have money that like the genres that were popular when we were growing up are now the things that like people are having midlife crises over. That feels kind of nice. It's not just like 80s rock anymore. Now it's genres I recognize.
Yeah, I do. This is my obvious take. I'm waiting for like any band to like. There's a lot of people who are like, I've seen a lot of bands copying Manson's style, and like some of his, sensibilities, but nobody's doing industrial. Like there's like all of the big stuff is super clean and radio ready, and like it's all like modern pop rock, emo rock, screamo maybe. Like you have like a pop rock band like Sleep Token or Ghost, and they are capturing what could have been a lot of fans who may have been fans of Manson in the 90s, right, had they been born in a different time. But it's all very clean, very radio ready. You can buy their merch at Target. You can buy their merch at Walmart. They make millions of dollars off of t-shirts. And like, Manson was banned from Walmart for a long time. We're talking about very different types of things.
The days when retail could gatekeep instead of being desperate to, have people work with them.
Right. Exactly. God. Yeah. Well, when you first mentioned Jennifer Murphy, I thought you were talking about the voice of Luann from King of the Hill. Is that Jennifer Murphy?
That's a good question. Let me see. IMDb, King of the Hill. Luann. All right. Yeah. IMDb is also one of those websites that's gotten a lot worse, like in terms of trying to look stuff up, because you have to do like, it doesn't just list them anymore. You have to click off individual things. It's like everything has way more. Okay, it was a Brittany Murphy was Luann.
Brittany Murphy, sorry. Yeah.
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 Well, that's okay. That's, the Murphy name, there aren't that many Murphys. I actually made it. We'll talk about that. I made a mix up too. That's pretty popular comment on the internet about her. So, but I guess before we get that, this conversation we're having is actually kind of a nice segue. And like part of why I think is interesting about Jennifer Murphy is the way like the internet kind of broke rich people and preyed on their worst insecurities while also giving them an endless source of sycophants. Like it used to be like if you were a rich person, you did these vanity projects, you'd kind of just have to do it by yourself or like force yourself upon people. Whereas like on the internet, you could find like groups of people to cozy up to. Like the entire right wing like media ecosystem basically is full of those people.
Yeah, there's a guy whose business, there's probably hundreds of guys whose business is like, I'm the guy who scrapes the barnacles off of the multi-million-dollar yachts that are just like hanging out in the bay all day. And that's his whole thing, is that multimillionaires pay him to scrape barnacles. Like that's all the guy does.
At least he
right?
gets paid. Around here, there's like a drug rehab place that has patients do that to ships.
Oh God, what the fuck? That's like that's either like 1800s shit or like Warhammer shit. Like you're gonna go get the tentacles off of the space Hulk.
Yeah, basically every
use
for-profit rehab system is based around basically reinventing slavery, but going it doesn't count.
Oh my God, that's the nightmare. Boy, the internet just makes everything worse. But yeah, there is just like a whole cottage industry of just like multimillionaire wish fulfillment. And you know, there's like, once you have enough money, obviously you can't do everything, but they are goddamn trying to make it possible to do everything. I don't know if you've seen what's Kim Kardashian's mom's name? Whatever her name is. Mom Kardashian.
Kardashian.
Yeah, Kardashian. Just Kardashian. Yeah, like the degree of like facial reconstruction plastic surgery that is being afforded to the wealthy now is just like startling and incredible. It's very interesting. There's I don't know. What I'm trying to say is that my entire life I have been making and selling things to people who have about as much money as I do, right? And it's just strange to me that there's people whose whole life is making and selling things that appeal to like exclusively the fabulously wealthy, or like to the upper middle class morons who spend their money in stupid ways. I don't know if you heard about like the Amazon's web services went down yesterday, and so a bunch of people have these internet connected like ultra expensive Wi-Fi mattresses that because they could not access the server, the bed was locked in an upright position and like at maximum heat. And so there's just people that are like, yeah, I couldn't get any sleep because my bed was set to like simmer me all night.
My bed needed a firmware update.
Yeah, and like it sends 16 gigabytes of data a month. Your mattress sends 16 gigs, and it like records your whole thing. It listens to you and shit. It's just like, I don't know, man. Like rich people used to just be like, give me the softest feathers and make a mattress out of that. And now they're like, give me a mattress that's broken, doesn't work, is uncomfortable and too hot, but definitely make me pay $10,000 for it.
Yeah, as long as it's not one that poor people use.
Yeah, exactly that. Like,
it doesn't need to work. You just need to impress my friends when I make a video of it.
Yeah, it's like the Apple Store app called I Am Rich, which just shows a big diamond on the screen when you download it, and it's $999.
Oh, yeah.
And people are like, what the hell? Yeah, my money gone.
Yeah, I guess the closest personal experience I have to this whole like cottage industry thing is like when he first started working on his own, one of his ways he made money was on Amazon's Mechanical Turk doing like menial computer work. And because he's good with language, a lot of stuff he would do was doing subtitles for videos. And almost all the subtitle programs on there were for these type of like vanity things. Like, oh, there's this priest in Africa who's trying to do this thing. He needs these video subtitle of people talking about how awesome he is. And he would just subtitle that. Like, oh, there's this landowner who's doing a pitch. So much of this type of like private commerce and this type of creative stuff is rich people that are hiring people. Because if that's basically where the independent work is now.
I mean, I guess Fred is definitely built to fit inside of a Mechanical Turk. But, it's a good way to make quarters. Yeah, I didn't know that. But now I wonder how much AI is this going to like gobble up all of those
Oh yeah, he
jobs.
couldn't do that
So,
now. Like he's told me, we've talked about that as much. He's like, yeah, most of that stuff is automated now. Like I did a little bit
yeah,
of it in college for a little extra money, but I've never nothing that was anything too cool or involved like that.
yeah. Makes me think of you remember Cha Cha? You could apply to work for them,
Oh
and it was a
yeah,
service where like they would text you, and you would text you a question, and your whole thing was like, as soon as possible, get the answer back to them. Um, yeah, it was a thing where like you had to pay $1 to answer some stupid question through text, and this was only possible during the split second when phones had texting but did not have internet capabilities.
oh yeah.
Um, so yeah, I do like those industries that show up for just a microsecond before they are completely impossible and irrelevant, you know?
The MP3 manufacturers.
Yes, yes. Like, I mean, well, I guess it's different, but like, the guy who made all of his money on VHS rewinders, which is such a funny piece of technology that we had to have.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the beeper king of the tri-state area didn't
Yeah,
diversify.
no. Fucking in Omaha, there's still a building whose entire side is just a mural of a beeper store. Yeah.
And like I was
Yeah,
barely
still
around for
making that money.
beepers, so like I was a kid, those were a thing. So they just have like a mystique to me.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I guess to tie it all back, like the one upside of this sort of environment is that because everyone is for hire, nobody wants to say no to the person paying them. So the rich person's id just splashes all over the screen. Like they don't have any sort of nobody cares enough to stop them, basically. So that's how you get some
No.
real out there vanity projects now.
Yeah, no, that's for sure. I mean, Red Letter Media's got plenty of the what are they, black tank top movies of just like some 50-year-old guy with too much money just making a shitty action movie where he kisses on a 26-year-old.
Oh god, yeah. This does have some Neil Breen energy to it, I think, as we'll find out with some of the narrative parts.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, like Lady Neil Breen.
It makes me think of have you know the YouTuber Sean, the little skull guy? Yeah, his most recent one about like the war against science is it's about the book The War Against Science, which is just about like all of these brutally canceled scientists who are just like, oh, all I did was a little rape and now nobody wants to hear my thoughts about string theory. But one of them is just talking about Richard Dawkins, who's on his like fourth wife, who is 35 or something years younger than him, and Sean, like eternally deadpan, just goes, see, that's the trouble with true love. Sometimes you'll be 35 years old and not know where your wife is because she hasn't been born yet. Oh, man.
God, I think my favorite joke in that video is when he's introducing the scientist at the beginning. And he's like, and here's the scientist with this man whose face is obscured. And it's just all these pictures of very obviously Jeffrey Epstein with the scientist. Yeah, and he keeps showing more and more and more throughout the video. It's so funny.
Yeah, dude, I feel like I'm the only guy who didn't hang out with Jeffrey Epstein.
Yeah, I mean, I never met the guy. He's the one guy I didn't meet. Go figure.
Yeah, that's the one dude. Yeah, that's funny. I want to know the guy who just refilled the vending machines on Lolita Island. It's like, look, yeah, so there's a lot of pictures at the company party, but I didn't know any of this shit. I was just putting the Dr. Peppers in the machine. That's my whole job. They flew me in.
The Coca-Cola Corporation has no involvement with this.
Look, I was too busy funding the Contras and killing trade unionists in South America. I didn't have any time to sleep with any children. Boy, howdy. This has been fun. Well, tell me more about this woman who I'm about to hate.
Okay, so Jennifer Murphy, born March 1979. When they get out of the way is that she's not an heiress to the Murphy bed fortune. I've made this mistake in the past. I've said this before. Other people have, like, so as we'll see, some of the videos I pulled up about her call her a Murphy bed heiress. But they it's an assumption because Murphy beds do show up later, and her last name is Murphy. But she's the failed daughter of an Oregon entrepreneur who happens to be named Murphy. It has nothing to do with the Murphy bed company.
I would have never assumed that that like Murphy. I would have never assumed that she's the heiress to the Murphy bed fortune. That's like, hi, my name is John Smith, and you're like, oh, of Smith and Wesson? No, I'm just Murphy's an extremely common name. What?
Well, we'll see. So okay. In the context, it'll make a little bit more sense. But yeah, it is definitely one of those things where I'm like, oh yeah, I made some assumptions. People did too. Yeah, I just want to get in front. She isn't. But since they are going to come up, we'll talk a little bit about Murphy beds. They were patented all the way back in 1912 by William Lawrence Murphy. And the thing that makes them special, as opposed to other existing wall beds, is that they have springs and counterweights in them on a metal frame, so you don't have to push or pull. It kind of just handles it all on its own. And I got these awesome old patent illustrations from it, very complicated. Like, this was a very widespread technology at the time. There's a reason it shows up in so many old movies.
I mean, that does look cool. I do like those old patent illustrations. But, yeah. You make too many sacrifices when you're doing that. Then again, I don't know. I guess I would prefer a Murphy bed than a bed that has to connect to my fucking Wi-Fi. So
okay, what if it was both? It's like, darn, I'm trapped in my bed like a cartoon because it folded up when they did a system update.
Unlock. Yeah,
I self-wallised and grommeted again. Damn it.
Yeah, they just made me into waffle batter, and I'm stuck in the wall. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, from the time when they would list the patents on the thing you bought to show how special it was.
Oh man,
old times were so cool.
Yeah, and that logo is sick. Murphy bed was declared an untrademarkable generic term in 1989, so the company exists out of inertia. Wow, that's fucking wild. Like, that's truly an Icarus type of thing, where like Kleenex or Murphy bed or whatever, like, you get too high on the scales of success, and you just can't. You can't go any further, and because they just say like, yeah, well, now you're universal and you don't get to trademark that. Fascinating.
Yeah, that was back in like 1989. So I imagine a lot of why companies are so litigious now is to establish that they're protecting their trademarks, so this won't happen to them.
Yeah. Well, luckily, all of my stuff is already trademarked, but sorry for all the noise. Not a lot of people are trying to steal Unremarkable card games.
Yeah, just your high school photo.
Another game that came out a little bit after mine called Restless, but mine is called The Restless, so eat my shorts, losers. I got there first. Yeah.
Yeah, so Jennifer is the second oldest of 12 Murphy children, so she's from that sort of large rich person family. We got a picture of her as a kid. Also, in this picture that she provided to show her upbringing, one of the pictures, one of her siblings is dressed in yellow face as a little Chinese lady. So that's very good foreshadowing for the ninja stuff later.
Oh boy. Yeah, you know what? That is that a child, or is that just like it does kind of look like an AI generated, this is what my Cabbage Patch doll looks like if it were a real girl. Just like a perfectly circular face with like cartoonishly apple cheeks. Like, I'm not trying to neg a child. She just looks very she's a cute kid, and it's unfortunate what happened to her. God, those are some retro costumes back when your costume would just be like a not internet poisoned thing. I guess you just go to the store and buy a bag costume, but
yeah, like I went to
that's funny.
I live near the flagship store for Spirit Halloween because that is a New Jersey company. So I took Fred there last week. That's kind of like an annual tradition for us now. And this is one thing I think about and that's kind of depressing is like how almost every costume that they have there is licensed and how few of the licensed ones are from the most recent decade. Aside from like the art, the murder clown, almost everything is like an old movie. And it's just like, man, at least there's like the YouTube stuff, like Amazing Digital Circus. But yeah, I feel like costumes are very branded now in a way that's kind of depressing.
Oh yeah, it's just like the enormous flattening iron of capital that has just made nobody has time, nobody has the patience to make their own stuff, and so if you want to celebrate Halloween, you go to the store, you pick the 3 branded movie characters for you, your wife, and your kid. You take a picture, you put it on Instagram, you go back to work. That's the cycle for almost everybody. I, on the other hand, I am a shiftless game developer, so I can do kind of whatever I want. So I bought a rubber old man mask and then sprayed it with lighter fluid and melted it so that I can have a rotted out balaclava underneath it and then pull this burnt, crispy old man face over it. And it's fucking horrifying. It's terrible. It looks really scary.
That smells great, too.
Yeah, no, it's real sticky. Yeah. So that's just what happens when money poisons everything.
Exactly, yeah. And also, this picture kind of gave me flashbacks because as someone who's from a big family, I immediately knew, okay, they seated them oldest to youngest because there she is second from the left. And when you have a large family, that's usually how you do it because there's so many people. You just go, all right, oldest to youngest, or all right, youngest to oldest. Just have everyone line up that way because it's so many people to shepherd around.
Man, you know it smells crazy in there. Just like chemical, it's all just like Victoria's Secret and Abercrombie and Fitch. Like it's all Aeropostale. Yep. It's just, I mean, this is enough. Like you have a basketball team, you know, you have like an enormous, there's like enough for like complicated, you know, 5-part inter-sibling rivalries that there are still more kids that are not part of it than there are.
If this
involved,
was a sitcom,
right?
they could have an episode where the family forms 2 esports teams that compete against each other. It is that big.
Yeah, no, this is like a school bus situation, man. This is way too fucking many. Very much a quiverful situation. And it's completely unimaginable for me because I am like, there's a good distance between myself and my brother and a very big distance between myself and my sister. So I functionally grew up as an only child, but I also like had a very distant and kind of cold relationship with basically everybody in my family. And that doesn't include the fact that like almost everybody else was already outcast or dead. Cause like I got 2 uncles that I don't know anything about, never met most of my mother's side of the family or most of my father's side of the family. And so like I spent a lot of my childhood unbelievably alone. And so it's just very interesting, the idea that like there has not been a night in this woman's house growing up that wasn't some degree of ruckus. I grew up in steely fucking silence, and it's just interesting.
Yeah, it is a very different experience. And it's one of those things where people have been through it. When they talk about how great it is, it's like, you don't know what the other thing is like. It's like, that's one of the, I used to be like, yeah, it was fun. I got to have a lot of siblings growing up. And I'm just like, oh, my parents did not give me the attention that I needed because they were too busy.
Oh, yeah. You know that every single person in this family is loud as fuck walking up a staircase. I don't know if you ever noticed that about people. I think we talked about this in the past, but like, I got a haircut recently. And the front desk person, it's just like clearly grew up in a noisy household because they needed to get something for the back of the salon and like stomped on the way back, like totally nonchalant. Didn't like occur to them that they were stomping, but just was like boom, 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 boom. And like I practically tiptoe because I grew up in silence, and so it's like I just adapt to that. But there's certain people who are like always yelling, always stomping, they always a little extra messy and like very food aggressive. And it's just like a whole type of person that I have no idea what it's like to live around that.
Oh yeah, that is a very complicated part of that, splitting stuff up between 5 kids where everyone's like, no fair, that one's bigger, the whole thing. Yeah.
Oh yeah, God. Yeah. Now try that with fucking 12. At least you could just put everything that you eat, it has to be circular, and you just put it on top of a clock, and then everybody gets 1 hour. That's it. Split it up just like that.
Yeah.
Anyways.
And it is very fun because, like, when she tries to present her life story, she tries to follow the sort of typical rags to riches tropes, but she can't not. She tries to present herself as this hardworking ladder climber, but she can't hide the fact that she's lived this very charmed life. Like, I have some quotes from her. She goes, "I even had a pony," when she's talking about how she grew up. Like, she had a pony when she was a little girl. Her family was that well off.
Yeah. My brother had mice and they ate each other. So I did not. I do like that the little emojis that you're associating with all of her quotes are a tiny little white person in a ninja costume.
Yeah, I made sure to clarify the white one for her. Yeah,
yeah, that's so funny.
Yeah, I usually don't customize the race of my emojis, but this specifically, I'm like, no, she's the white lady ninja.
Yeah, Jesus Christ. It says here that she bought her first house, dear listener, at 21.
I'm sure it was all her, and she worked very hard for it.
Yeah. Have you ever heard about that? I think we've talked about this before. That story of they had a bunch of people play Monopoly to like learn more about how rich people think.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
They had one player for every game that they played. They did this with a bunch of different people, some science experiment thing, where one player started with double money and got double money when they passed over a go, and they got to roll the dice twice. So they were able to like rapidly go around go, getting more money and more often than everybody else. And after the game, they like talked to everybody and asked, like, well, why is it that you think that you won or lost? And all of the people who had the normal rules were like, well, I lost because the other people had way more fucking money and were getting it way more because the rules were different for them. And then they asked the people who won, and they were just like, well, I made a lot of strategic decisions here, and, you know, I acquired property, and I definitely, like, leveraged some of my value at the start of the game, and, you know, I just kind of played it in a smarter way. And they never mentioned the fact that they were given way more fucking money.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think that's really funny.
That is that is a feeling that invokes a lot when I research stuff for this show.
Yeah, just these, I mean, money causes brain damage. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah. And so in 2004, she won Miss Oregon at 25 years old, and she was a top 10 finalist in that year's Miss America pageant. So she got interested in the world of pageantry and then moved up, and that's about the highest level of success she got. And from there, she kind of entered the next stage of her life. I have this quote here. "I met Donald Trump that night. I lost his business card, so I had to try out with everyone else to get on my favorite show, The Apprentice." And later on, one of her first sort of like touches with sort of international, was that when Donald Trump was first running for election in 2016, she spoke out about him because he had tried to kiss her, but she spoke out in support of him. So she was like wedging herself firmly on the I'll speak up in your defense. Like she's very much she saw someone she could cozy up to.
That's, oh boy, man. What a thick head of hair this woman has. I mean, it's probably a product or whatever, but like her her hairline is like the battle lines at the Somme, just like thick, dark, and like unmoving.
Yeah, she has that very 80s style of like very made up sort of like I don't know the terms for it, but yeah, it's very, very.
Yeah, there's a lot of descriptors that I would use, but they would come off sounding a little brash, but definitely looks like someone who normally wears like the TV style makeup, but she's on TV, so she gets even more. So she does kind of have this kind of a, again, like a doll that's been left in the sun for a while. So it just kind of takes on that roasted patina. I don't know. I don't mean to be mean to this lady based on her appearance. I think that there's plenty to be mean about based on her behavior. But definitely a lot going on here.
Yeah, and she did get to be on the Apprentice. She was in the 4th season. She made it. I think she got eliminated after a couple episodes, but that was how she met Donald Trump. I mean, she met him originally, but then she made it on there. So this is after that. So also you can watch that. She put it all on her YouTube channel. So if you want to see Jennifer Murphy on The Apprentice, it's all there. It's 2000s reality show, so nothing really worth highlighting. But yeah. But so I have a quote from here. Also, extra context is this incident happened the same year that the events of the grab 'em by the pussy video happened. So this is even more kind of like leaning into trying to respond to that. Is the day after he fired me from the show, he called me and said, I still want to offer you a job because I was very impressed with you. He said the producers won't allow me to offer you a job until the day after the finale in New York, but after that, I'd like to meet you. So I did meet with him in his office and he gave me different job offers. Jennifer says it was during one of these meetings in his office that he kissed her. I think maybe in his mind he may have thought of me, maybe fantasized or romantically, but I didn't feel at the end of the day he would take action, she said. I would hope that he would be true to his marriage, and I was also engaged at the time. And I have this picture here later when she's doing a pro-Trump thing after she did this statement. Yeah.
Can I say that it's obviously that's scary and gross and bad. It's just funny to me to imagine Trump kissing someone. Kissing is like such a soft and sensitive and lovely. It's like, it's not an immediately pleasurable thing. But it is if you're doing it with someone who you love or you're like really attracted to. And it's like this very mutual thing, you know? And so like, it's just funny to me to imagine him like just kissing someone. I don't know. It's obviously it's like gross and it's vile that he like thrusted himself upon her. But like, it is one step above holding someone's hand, and it just seems, I don't know, quaint to like he was kissing her. I don't know.
Yeah, it feels very well. That's what guys are supposed to do, right? That's how you show you're a ladies' man. You give him a little smooch, right?
Right. Yeah. Exactly.
Like a bag of sand.
Like imagine like Trump just like making out. Imagine like he's like, I don't really feel like getting it on tonight, but I'd absolutely make out with you. I'd love to kiss all over you. I'd rub your back, you know. I don't know why Trump is talking like Jesse Ventura. But
yeah, it's a very masculine Trump.
Yeah.
And also, one last quote from her about this. She goes, you can see that he gravitates towards beautiful women. I would say that he would probably put his arm around a woman, or if he sees a buddy, maybe pat him on the shoulder. But that's typical for strong, powerful men that love beautiful women. He's very charismatic. He's very charming in person. So she's really talking up her assaulter here.
Yeah, well, I can say, as a small, weak man, I fucking hate beautiful women, man. Just between me and you, just me and you and nobody else listening, it's all uggos for me. I want goblin women because only strong, powerful men like beautiful women. It's when you're a slump-shouldered pectus excavatum coward like me, the best I can hope for is just dating like a burnt piece of toast. Like that's what I, you know,
well, my toast has the Virgin Mary on it, so I came out ahead there.
Yeah, so you got me there. Yeah. Man, that is like, there's so much to say about how there's just so many very deeply discouraging things happening in my world right now. But I did make a tuna melt the other day and burnt the fuck out of one side of the toast. And so I just had this like pathetic, open-faced tuna melt while my apartment smelled like the last moments of a forgotten grandfather's life. Like it just a miserable Miserable state of affairs over here.
Oh, that sucks. I hate when that happens.
So it goes. Anyways, she's really proud about being assaulted.
Yeah, and so we don't have to feel bad about making fun of her, as we'll see. So after being on The Apprentice, she would participate in beauty pageants as a host and a judge for the rest of the 2000s, but as she ages out of actually competing in them, she gets more into this new type of fame that reality TV offers. In 2006, she marries Dentist to the Stars and fellow reality show alum Bill Dorfman, who is 20 years her senior. And I got his book here, Dr. Bill Dorfman's $1 Billion Smile, a complete guide to your extreme smile makeover, because he was the cosmetic dentist on Extreme Makeover, so people who watch TV saw him.
$1 Billion Smile. Extreme, like, it's such a funny thing to, like, focus. It's like having a whole book on obliques. Like, this is the one thing that I work on, is I can make you shredded obliques. I cannot do anything with your abs, shoulders, legs, knees, and toes. Can't do anything about that, but I will crush your obliques. I don't know, man. I feel like this could be not even a pamphlet. This could just be like a little TikTok thing. It's like, when you smile like this. Yeah. All right. Goodbye.
You want to have a smile like the rich people. Okay, step 1, get a lot of money. Step 2, hire a guy like me. Step 3, there you go.
Exactly. And you're done.
Yeah, he did write to it. I was interested to read a little bit about this, like about how, like, the rich person veneers have a thing at the bottom so they look more real and they're transparent. Interesting. Like, there is technique to this, but no, I don't like cosmetic surgery people, so I'm not going to get into that.
Yeah, God. Jesus, there's so much to say right now.
Like, the people who perform it, I have nothing against people who get it, at least in general. But yeah, like I worked for a surgical instruments company for a while, so I have some very personal negative experiences with cosmetic surgeons. There's a reason I call them cosmetic surgeons and not aesthetic surgeons, even though that's what they prefer to be called, go by.
Oh, they changed their name. Good for them.
Yeah, they changed it again. They used to be plastic surgeons, and they changed it to cosmetic surgeons, and now they're trying to be aesthetic surgeons because cosmetics, I guess, implies superficiality.
Oh, yeah. Cool. Jesus Christ. I don't like any of this. I do think that when rich people get their teeth replaced with veneers, I think that it looks fucking terrible forever. Like, it's just so goddamn bad. Like, an interesting set of chompers is fucking great. I love I love a gal with it's something interesting going on with her teeth. I would absolutely prefer that over, like, absolutely flawless perfection, you know? And, like, you know, the process of getting those things installed is horrifying. I have a lot of art on my walls that are made from photos of people before they have their veneers installed. And it is just like, it is fucking Meshuggah lyrics happening in your mouth, man. You're just, like, drilling studs into your bone to screw in these false teeth, and they're just, like, soaked in gore. It's just horrible. Yeah.
That's awful. Gosh. Yeah.
And then you pull up
Katy Perry with $1 million grill. This guy is in the Guinness Book of World Records for making the most expensive cosmetic dental transplant, which is Katy Perry's $1 million grill from something I don't know about.
From something I don't know about. Oh man, dude, this is why I love this pod, is that, like, you will research the fuck out of, like, the schematics for a Murphy bed, and then you'll come to Katy Perry and be like, it's from some bullshit this idiot was doing. I love meeting you where you just stop caring about stuff. Oh god, dude, that's so funny to me, because
yeah.
Because we're looking at this fucking stupid picture of Katy Perry, and, like, dude, I'm gonna be completely honest. I've mentioned it before in the pod. I used to have a big old crush on Katy Perry when I was, like, in high school, because she was, like, super cute, looked like this kind of not a hipster vibe, but, like, definitely had this, you know, dark hair.
She had an aesthetic. Like, she didn't look like every other pop star. She had her, like, if you saw something, like, okay, yeah, this is a Katy Perry thing.
Yeah, and was like doing like this whole cute thing where she was all made out of fruit, and was just like her live show's really fun. She's like a real a hot, sweet, cute lady. And oh my god, like everything that she has done for like the last 15 years has just been like, there's not a dead horse left to kick. We're now just like we're now just kicking the bones down a cobbled street. It's just terrible. She's the fucking worst. And so you scroll and pull up this picture of Katy Perry dressed like, I guess, like Cleopatra. She's got like the little motifs under her eye, all of like the yellow and purple color, but she has like the braided hair and the little headdress that Cleopatra has, and she's got all of this, and her mouth is open to reveal this like
saw trap,
garish, yeah, this hideous fucking like gaggle of shiny rocks in her mouth, and like some of them are dark and purple and weird, and so it's just like it's she's a white woman with black woman braids in her hair, with a grill that was just lifted whole cloth from black culture, and she's dressed as one of the most illustrious African leaders of history. And it's just like, you fucking loser. Like, do literally anything else. You should have stayed in space. Oh god. What a fucking waste. Like the coolest thing that she's ever done is killed those nuns. But like, this is just, it just sucks so much. God, she's fucking is so aggravating.
Yeah, you can see. I was like, I'm sure the Nickelodeon's Kids' Choice the Kids' Choice where this was for was awesome, but I don't care. Yeah.
Yeah, this is...
So I do have another quote from Jennifer here. She goes, I moved to LA and got married at Trump's Country Club. Donald Trump came. Access Hollywood covered it. People magazine. And wow, I felt like Cinderella living in this incredible mansion in Beverly Hills, rubbing shoulders with celebrities, attending red carpets, flying on private jets. It was incredible, bigger than my wildest dreams. I got to do acting classes. I didn't have to work anymore. I thought I had arrived. And then she left him just a year later in 2007, citing irreconcilable differences.
Oh, those are the worst kind.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes differences can, like, that's how you find Elmo. And you can also, that's how the magic eye pictures work. But yeah, I hate it when they're irreconcilable. If anything, if I'm going to have a difference, I want it to be reconcilable. But
definitely much easier to reconcile with. Yeah. Also, could you read this quote from her former husband, Bill Dorfman?
Oh God! I got a phone call from TMZ. I got a phone call from TMZ. That's how I found out my wife was leaving me. TMZ called me and said, "Would you like to comment on your divorce?" Bill Dorfman continued to say, I'm sure he's fine. He just married a dumb woman, but like, yeah, it's just Oh, is that him?
In fact, yeah, that's the TMZ headline I found. I looked up and yeah, TMZ did report on their divorce.
Okay, so where do I know this guy from?
I mean, he's probably showed up on reality show stuff before, or like on the news, because he is the doctor, the dentist to the stars. He has a lot of grills and cosmetic surgery. He
looks like Eli Roth.
He does. You're right.
Yeah. God, that's so funny because his smile is nothing to write home about. And he's got like this kind of sharp jaw so that it kind of looks like the triangle from his cheeks to his chin to his cheeks is like it's like you just reached into his head like a bowling ball and you just pulled out the front of his face like an extra inch. Like it's just this very jarring thing. Like
he's wearing a mask of his own face.
If you're a Photoshop nerd, I feel like if you were to use like the select area tool on his chin, it would automatically select everything from the bridge of his nose to his cheeks to his chin and nothing else because it's such a distinct part of his face. And then our gal Jennifer Murphy is right next to him, and like, all right, yeah, she looks great here. She's not looked great anywhere else. There's more to a woman than her looks. This we know, but like, she looks great here. I think that it's just that she's wearing a better tone for her makeup and her roots look a little bit fresher. But bummer that your best pick so far is on your divorce from the tooth-obsessed skull jockey named Dorfman. Embarrassing.
Yeah, Dorfman. Yeah. And her sort of telling of this is she goes, well, over time, I started to grow sad inside, depressed. I thought, I have everything money can buy. Why am I feeling like this? And then I remembered I had met Mother Teresa when I was a little girl, about 7 years old. And she had told me, you have the love of God inside you and you can spread joy to a lot of people. So I love how even when she's like telling about her being laid low, she still has to name drop the celebrity she met.
Yeah, I love it when I have the love of God in me. Jesus Christ. It's just all so embarrassing and like it's so deeply self-important. Maybe that's just how you should be. I don't know, but the way that I live my life is like I am dust and I have already returned to dust. It's not even that I shall return to dust. I started as dust and I have continued as dust. I am nothing. I am rot. And these other people are just like, I met Mother Teresa and she said, I'm going to be the new Christ, but with tits. And it's like their whole thing. And it's just reprehensible.
Yeah, and especially that is one of the things about the Jennifer Murphy story that's very interesting to me is how people who are just very openly and unabashedly like selfish and mean will still be like, I'm a good person, I'm spreading smiles, and then because they like it's like an aesthetic choice for them. She's very much embodies that, as we will see.
Yeah, the most evil people you've ever met, like in media, spread a certain degree of smiles, but to other evil people. Like that's just how all that works. Yeah, I mean, like they anybody can convince themselves that they are a good person. And Lord knows, I am fucking trying. Yeah.
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah.
I guess just to wrap up her statement here, she goes, my purpose was more than about me. It was about in giving we receive. And I realized I had become selfish and off track. I rarely saw my family. I felt invisible to my own husband. And I realized I needed to make some tough decisions. I needed to start over. So I did. And so she got the divorce, but then the Great Recession happened a year after the divorce, and that wiped out all of her finances. And her acting career didn't shake out either. I found her; she was in two roles after this. She was in an episode of CSI and a small indie movie called Killer Movie. She was a side character in that.
Yeah, when you make your whole thing into being a blonde bombshell, you're only going to get roles that are for other people that are desperately trying to be blonde bombshells. You know what I mean? Like that's your solid competition. But if you're just like Jesse Plemons, who just like has like an interesting looking face, and you feel like you've seen 1,000 of these guys in real life, and maybe he doesn't have perfect teeth. He's like an interesting looking guy. Jesse Plemons is going to get a whole bunch of different roles because he can be a whole bunch of different people, because he could be a gas station worker. He could be a sheriff. He could be a murderer. He could be the husband. He can be all sorts of people. A blonde bombshell would not make sense as like an inner city school teacher or a swamp dredger or a gas station lady. Like, yeah, you paint yourself into a corner by trying desperately to be the hottest, blondest woman in the room.
Yeah, and her first role outside of Miss USA and The Apprentice and that CSI, that's 2007. She's 28 years old, so she's trying to start being a blonde bombshell right at the point when most blonde bombshells start to age out of those roles. So it's really is just like, even if she wanted to get into acting, like that, she could be approaching this a different way. very, but
Yeah.
it's like you said, like, no, it's like, I'm still hot. I'm still beautiful. I can still do this. It's very much that is going to be the mantra throughout this.
Yeah. And like, man, it's just, you're chasing the fucking horizon. You're pursuing this impossible thing. And you know, beauty itself is just like this eternally elusive lie that it's only going to make you feel worse. I say that as a man literally cowering in his basement, talking to a man who is recording this on top of a toilet. So it is what it is.
Yeah, no, I guess like with the aging thing, that line in Sunset Boulevard where it's like, there's nothing wrong with being 50 unless you're trying to act like you're 30. Like, you know, it's like, you know, very much like acting your age is that's something, especially as someone who's approaching 40 myself, is something I kind of struggle with too. So I get that, but also that's about what I just want to bring up here because I don't want it to be like, oh, she's not as hot as she used to be. It's like, no, this is very specifically about somebody who is trying to be something they're not in a way that is very off-putting and obvious.
Yeah, and like, I mean, not that it matters. She's beautiful. She's very, very beautiful. But like, we're just saying that like that is a pursuit that is not fruitful. You know, like, that's just it. You know, she got what she wanted, but it doesn't actually get you anything.
So this is her moment where she's at rock bottom, as she tells it. From her quote here I have, she goes, "My cell phone got turned off. I thought, oh my goodness, is Miss Oregon going to have to end up under a bridge? Well, I called my dad from a payphone, and I said, Dad, I'm so sorry. I've made some really poor decisions, and will you have me back? And he said, Jenny Jo, you're my little girl, of course. And I said, just loan me some money for a plane ticket. He said, no, I'm coming right now to get you. So her sort of moment being laid low was getting to live with her family again and having her parents pay for stuff.
Oh boy. Yeah. You know, I whenever I'm having a hard time, I think to myself, oh man, is the OK Party Comedy Battle Royale 2013 first prize winner from Omaha, Nebraska, is he going to have to live under a bridge? And then I just think, you know, I don't see a future where the first place winner at the OK Party Comedy Battle Royale from 2013 is going to have to, you know, make these kinds of decisions. I just move forward with the confidence that I'm not going to have to, you know, not going to have to live under a bridge, you know?
Yeah. I live in Atlantic City, which is the home of the Miss America pageant. It's like, I don't get the pageant culture thing at all. Yeah.
Yeah. Like, are you, do you see like ladies walking around with big old beehive hair?
No, but like there is like a memorial on the boardwalk dedicated, like a statue or something dedicated to it. And in the city, like once I went to a haircut place, I saw like a place advertising that they do like pageant classes as well as like dance classes at one of those strip mall places. Like it's just sort of like an ambient bit of the culture around here, I guess.
Yeah, it's like when you're in Tupelo County and every third person is an Elvis impersonator. Have you ever seen the Kings of Tupelo County?
No.
Oh, buddy, it starts with severed limbs and anthrax, and then gets into an Elvis impersonator that is accused of some pretty heinous crimes, and that's where it fucking starts, dude. That is a documentary. I highly recommend. I think it's just called The King of Tupelo County. Recommend it.
Fuck yeah, sounds awesome.
Yeah.
So in 2008, Jennifer Murphy establishes Go Girl, her failed daughter 501c3 charity to oversee. So the YouTube channel for Go Girl is mostly Jennifer Murphy's acting reels, clips of her on The Apprentice, and promos for her motivational speaking. So they even pull up a selection here. Just they all have her in them, and it's all about stuff she's doing, including her acting reel.
There is at this point in time, there is no universe where she becomes anything other than a right-wing grifter. Like you cannot put her on an island full of like the most charismatic leftist egalitarians and like leave her there for 10 years and watch what comes out. She is fated to be a permanent fail daughter for the rest of her life.
Exactly.
You can't wring this out of her.
And she seems to be getting by with it pretty okay too. Is it rather upset for her? But anyway, so July 10th, 2012. After all this, she finally does achieve some degree of fame again. She goes viral on her personal YouTube channel with a video called "Batman Underwear Guy," a must see, which currently has 1.2 billion views. And I guess, like, based on the title and the thumbnail, what do you think Batman Underwear Guy Must See is about? And it's 5 minutes, 35 seconds long.
Oh, God, that's way too long for whatever the fuck this is going to be about. I don't know. I do have to say, I have reels that have done better than this fucking video. Different time, but still. I'm going to imagine...
This was 2012, too. This wasn't, like, super early YouTube. This was, like the same year as Gangnam Style. Like, YouTube was pretty well established at the time. 1 point however many millions wasn't as much as it was even just a few years before.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna guess that it's like she's trying to hook up with a guy, but he has Batman underwear. Am I right?
No, so another thing is she really likes to do wackety schmackety bullshit, as we'll find out. It's like this video, it's like, oh, she's trying to make a video resume, but this guy in his underwear keeps walking into ruining it. So she decides to get revenge at him by wearing a bikini and sneaking into his office and doing cartoon pranks on it. And there's like that's why this is 5 minutes long. Like 2 minutes of it is like this action scene of her sneaking into the office, climbing around, like hanging, like one of the pranks is she hangs up shoes all over his office, and you get all these shots of her ass while she's doing it. It's just this there's not really, it's just kind of like, oh, this would be fun to do, and then just do it. Like very, very lacking in focus.
Yeah, I'm going to be real. I don't see what the prank is for just like, I put shoes in your office. And yeah,
she's not very creative. Like, she doesn't seem to understand what a prank is exactly.
No. And I also, like, there's not really a through line for her to be wearing this bikini, to be doing any of this stuff. Yeah. So it's just, it's softcore pornography where there's like a very thin veneer, of why, oh boy, you just scroll a little bit. It's like I mentioned how I found that copy of the movie called Restless Souls, and it's just, it's a softcore pornography, and they're just like, well, we need to resurrect the spirit of this demon in order to like save the house or whatever. And they're like, well, the only way we can do that is if we all take our tits out, and that's the movie. And then like, we need to get out of the house now. The only way we can, I can't fit through this door. I have to take my top off. And it's like, that's the movie. It's that over and over again. And so, yeah, this is just, she wants to have a good excuse to show the ooh babies hanging out under her ass cheeks. Then, yeah, I guess she just bought a whole bunch of shoes from the shoe store.
Yeah, and so she got 1.2 million views off this, so she tried to capitalize on this success and become YouTube Blonde, which was the name she chose, but she had very quick diminishing returns on that. And I pulled up her website for YouTube Blonde, sort of like a sampling of some of her comedy, like don't bro me if you don't know me, poop and smile, because this is very much like a pretty girl saying poop. Could you imagine that?
Yeah, and it says Jennifer Murphy Go Girl is on a mission to spread smiles. Oh God, that's good work, sister. YouTube Blonde is such an ambitious name. You know what I mean? Because it's like you're the only one. Just imagine if my thing was just Ugly Gamer. That's the name of my channel. It's like I'm the only one. You know what? If you Google Ugly Gamer, yeah, check please. It's gonna be Winslow.
Yeah, she keeps rolling up names. Now she's Jennifer Murphy Go Girl YouTube Blonde. So it'll keep piling up.
JMGGYB. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we're just gonna deftly scroll by the most exciting part of this story, because we'll get to that later. But yes,
Yeah, a little
okay.
foreshadowing, yeah. But some of our other stuff, The Edgy Entrepreneur, a legally blonde Barbie Jeep girl, real cops, real reactions, really funny. Like the type of YouTube prank you can only do when you're a young white woman. Drive your toy Barbie Jeep around and mess with cops.
Yeah, and like, oh God, this is intolerable. And then there's
It's
a thing
dire.
called Everybody Get Weird. And like, it's so weird to explain that this was during a time when like the craziest thing that a white internet person could conceivably do is like wear neon colors and like more makeup than usual. So they're wearing like, you know, like neon pink platinum shoe or platform shoes, and then like a fluorescent yellow and red tutu. And they're like, that's the weirdest thing anyone's ever seen. And like, you know, remember you know the what's her name? Boxy, any of those girls with like the big thick rimmed glasses.
Yeah, like the pose she's doing is almost exactly the pose in that like, haha, she's so weird picture of the woman putting the frozen peas on her head.
Yeah,
like she's sticking her butt out, kind of doing that thing with her arms. Like also it's starring Jennifer and Juliana Murphy. So this is her sister. She's like, oh, it's me and my weird sister.
One of her like 15 sisters. God damn.
Yeah. I mean, we have that many siblings. You got to be able to crowdsource a show out of one of them.
Yeah, exactly.
God, yeah,
oh, boy.
This did not pay off at all. I mean, she does a follow up to the Batman underwear guy, gets 112. Then Tiny Video, 31K. YouTube Blonde Needs a Valentine, 19K. YouTube Blonde St. Patrick's Day, Party in My Stomach, 6.3K. Just.
Yep. And it's all just like, I mean, it's exactly what you're saying. It's just like a rich woman who has money to keep doing shit that doesn't work and like does not have the fire under her ass to like, well, let's see if there's something new and interesting, because she has not lived an interesting life. You know,
exactly.
It's
there's very like the lack of interiority. It's just like there isn't any, like a lot of her affectations feel like things that she was into as a kid, and it's just kind of like carrying over from that. Like the Go Girl character, you can see sketches of it like in the background of some of her earliest videos. Like this is just like she's kind of always been like this as long as she's been making content, basically.
Yeah, this is rough.
Yeah, and so she starts getting desperate, and she starts doing stunts and pranks with even less success. Like her flashiest one is she takes her Barbie Jeep, which is like her sort of iconic prop, and she goes paragliding with it. There's like a video of her being dropped out of a plane in a Barbie Jeep, and she gets 3.3K views.
Man, you know she had to take some blue chews before she could do that. Telling you what, before she could pull off October 7th in the Barbie Jeep. God, yeah. Jesus Christ.
Her pranks, like, I don't think she knows what pranks are. Her pranks like, ooh, I put a Christmas-themed cover on someone's car for Christmas. And yeah, 2.8K views. She did a parody of the Dollar Shave Club, the Dollar Tampon Club commercial. That has 20,000. So, yeah, not original, but at least she followed a trend there.
Yeah. Have you seen, I'm sure it's like a bit, but there's this one thing of this lady who would prank her husband when he would come home from work, where she would like, be in like the Tyrannosaurus costume, or like spray him with silly string, and he just comes home from his like blue collar job and just kind of like stands there while she's like wiggling around and spraying him with silly string, and he's just like, I worked for a living. I work all day. You just hang around and like watch YouTube videos. I don't want to do this anymore. And this is kind of the same vibe. Is just like wrapping someone's truck in Christmas wrap isn't a prank. It's just like an annoying thing that you can do. You can also like cover somebody's car in Post-it notes. It's not really a prank. It's just like, okay, go get the hose. Like this is annoying.
Yeah. Yeah, I watched The Office. That was a good show. Yeah.
Yeah. This is.
But thankfully, after all this failing, in April of 2016, she finally has another viral hit. a 4.5-minute long story song about her wanting to be a ninja that she performs at a Murphy Bed corporate event in a racist accent with stilted English and a very unimpressed looking Asian woman at the front of the crowd the entire time. Like,
wow. Oh, man. Yeah. Okay. We've been going for an hour. Do you want to call it here and pick back up?
That sounds good, yeah.
Okay. Jesus Christ. Whew, boy. The picture that I'm looking at of her is, it's a white woman haka is what she's doing. Like, she looks like she's, that's rough. Okay. Fucking A. If you're listening to this, you already know who we are and where we are, and we appreciate y'all so much. To find us, iftapod@gmail.com if you have any suggestions. Show notes will have a list of potential episodes that we will be doing. We'll look forward to your any of your additions there. And winslowdomain.com for everything. I will be at some point in time announcing my next game soon. Which I'm very excited for. If you're a keen listener, you already know what it is. But Jay, you've seen the teaser website up for it. So because you helped out with it.
Yeah, I'm in it a little. At least my arm is.
Yeah. Jay has these beautiful man hands. They're like really, really lovely, handsome hands.
They're very vascular now.
Very vascular. I'm very jealous of Jay's hands, man.
Yeah, I've been chugging seawater to help bring the veins out. It's really working.
Oh, yeah. Just bringing them. Oh, that's funny. Well, yeah, that's all. You know where to find me. Jay, you're Jaybrandstetter basically everywhere, yeah?
Yep. Nothing to plug.
All right, word. Well, that's all for us, and we will be back next week with this fucking white woman ninja karate chop bullshit. Fuck, this is gonna be bad. Okay. Thanks for listening. We'll catch you.
All right, watch out for ninjas.
I'm From the Internet is created by Jaybrandstetter and Winslow Domain. Edited by Steve Brown. Music by Steve Isbrook.